You guys, welcome to the Season 2 finale of the Derby Career Mode Live, and to start off this episode, we're currently on 35 games with 3 games remaining in the season. A few teams have actually played their games in hand as well, such as Leeds, who are in the relegation zone. There's only 7 points between us, so if we pick up basically any points in this next game against Newcastle, who are below us, and have also played their game in hand, we're basically safe. So we'll kick off the episode quite nicely. I think it's been a lot more competitive than in the past. In the past, I've basically confirmed Premier League survival like by the time we're in like March, maybe even February. This year it's gone all the way down to the last 3 games, so I think it's at the right level. We're pretty much there and thereabouts with the teams that are towards the bottom of the table. It's a pretty easy episode. There's Newcastle and Leeds, and then we'll have Everton in the middle, which will be a bit of a tougher game, but won't really mean much. It's mainly just to well, just confirm Premier League survival. We need to get the points in this game against Everton. So let's go into the game now. It is at home, so in theory we should do quite well. We've beaten numerous teams home and away, like Arsenal and Liverpool. Like, why have we beaten them? But we did. I think we'll give them that blue. I don't know, because if it's sunny, it might look a bit white. So I'll give them the black kit. It's one of them. Like, we could actually wear our alternate kit and then give Newcastle their away kit. And I think I'd actually do that. I'll give us our black kit and then give that kit. So just something a little bit different. It would maybe happen because of the black and white shorts and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure we've got 2 of the 3 games are at home, so not the last home game of the season, but pretty much one of the last. They are playing a pretty much the same formation as us. It's that 4-4-1-1 that Bournemouth were actually playing in the last episode, and they beat us 3-0, so maybe something we need to look out for. They have got Mitrovic and Dos Santos up front, Jurado and Blas out wide, Colback and Hayden holding, Messina, the Italian at left back, Manquillo, the Spaniard, Clark and Lejeune and Tim Krul in goal. It's going to be interesting. I don't think Rafa Benitez is actually a scanned manager, which is a bit of a shame because he's such an iconic manager, and EA just didn't bother scanning him, which is a little bit lazy from them. There's a penalty. I was kind of wondering if that was a penalty or not, and turns out it is. I got the ball past his legs, and if they catch you with the top off, I think that's a new feature. I don't think that was in last year. So that's a good and new addition from EA. I don't remember, like, you could do that last year, and because he got the ball with his like chest and arm area, that'll be fine. But now it's only with the legs that you can keep the penalty out. Now Jerry did miss a penalty before, so what I'm going to do is give it to Matai Vidra because, well, he deserves the goals and he'll probably tuck it away. And he has. Nice to see the check on the score sheet. That is his 11th goal this season. That's another thing as well. I want to get Vidra as many goals as possible to kind of show you guys how important he has been. I'm sure a lot of you know he's been vitally important to us surviving this season because we have actually stayed up now. I was saying before how we need some points in this game. We don't actually need any points because Leeds have played that game in hand and they're on 33 points. There's a 7-point gap between us, and you can only get 3 points from 2 games. So we have survived this season, so that's good to see. Still, with three games left, that was pretty tight. I would have kind of liked it to go right down to the wire, but I think just going forwards we're a little bit too strong. We are the worst defensive team in the league, so that's an area I'm going to look at to improve in the summer with a goalkeeper and maybe even a defender or 2. We have got Emerson joining on a free though, the left back. Now into Vidra, he's got the chance to get a second in the game. Krul with the save, goes to Jerry with the header, and it is 2-0. Maybe I would have preferred Vidra to get that goal, but Krul with a decent save. But Jerry's got his 5th goal this season now. I think for saying how quickly he's adapted to the Premier League, he's done really, really well. Maybe we paid him a little bit too much in the wage front at 50 grand, but at the time we kind of did need that striker. If we didn't sign Jerry, maybe those 7 points that we do have wouldn't have been a situation. Like, it just shows his physicality there. Messina himself is like 6'2", but Jerry obviously with a very good heading ability. He's got 6 goals because he did get 1 in the cup as well. Really poor clearance from Blake here. It's gone across to get the goal. I'm not 100% sure. I think it was Mitrovic actually. It was a poor clearance from Blake. Like, barely putting any power into his clearance, as you can see. I wanted it way over, but for some reason only went to Palmer Brown. And Newcastle are back in it. There's only about 3 minutes left in this game, so not probably enough time to get the goal, but if we can just keep it in the corner and make sure we get the win, then that'll be good. Newcastle on the attack here. It's pretty much the last attack of the game. Mitrovic turned inside Palmer Brown into the middle. and they've levelled it with the final kick in the game. It may be the centre-back actually who's come up there and got the goal. I'm not 100% sure, but we shouldn't have thrown it away like that. Joselu off the bench, I think. No Rafa Benitez, of course, on the bench, but in a way I'm not that bothered, because all I really wanted was Premier League survival, and that's what we've got, and we nicked a point. Look at it that way. We were really poor in that second half. I think we brought in Joe Ledley just for Hughes, and it completely killed us going forwards. It was a bit of a shame this goal wasn't onside. Of course, Thorne massively offside. A little bit unfortunate. Into the last home game of the season then against Everton, who are currently second in the table. I think they're just off, well, they're third now. Third in the table. It looks like Manchester United have done back-to-back Premier League titles. I think that's the first time a team have ever done that. So that's kind of cool to see. It's pretty much now between those at the bottom three. Crystal Palace will swap with either Leeds or Reading if they can get their points. But I don't think Reading can. No, I don't think Reading can get their points. So it's just between Leeds and Palace now. Obviously, Leeds are going to want to win on that last day of the season. I think if I won that last game, we would have been on 43 points. Being a point off Arsenal, I know Arsenal have had a terrible season, but it just isn't realistic. So I think getting that point's probably made it slightly more realistic. It means Newcastle also staying up. So let's go into the game against Everton. I'm not expecting much from this game. So like we actually beat them earlier on in the season, so maybe we will. Here we are then, the final home game of the season against Everton. A great way to send off the season. We've got to make a few changes. Keogh and Rawson coming into the defence, also with Scott Carson. It's also a chance for obviously these players, the last chance to play at Pride Park, as they are leaving the club at the end of the season. Looking at their team then, they've gone for that 5-3 and the two up front. Henriques, Funes Mori, who's that in the middle? Michael Keane, sorry. Umtiti, Shaw, Pickford in goal. Guy, Schneidlin, Shigutshun, Mandzukic and Rashford up front. Still amazed that Rashford's at Everton. Like he probably has like a 90-92 potential, and he's at Everton. Obviously, maybe moving back to Man United when he does hit those potentials, but it's a bit of a strange move for him. Mandzukic with the ball here. He's got it onto the edge to Schneidlin, but Hughes deals with it. Now it's Ciceretti. We have got a bit more pace up front in this game, I think. Now we've got Ciceretti and Solanke. It's gone through for Ciceretti. Can he get us the early goal in the first 10 minutes? Yes, he can. The Italian has found the back of the net to make it 1-0 against Everton. Something we definitely need, especially with a 5 at the back. If you get the first goal, that 5 at the back will turn into a 3 at the back, because obviously the fullbacks will have to push forwards. And yeah, as I was saying, we got that pace with Ciceretti and Solanke. Obviously Solanke slightly less pace than Jerry, but obviously Ciceretti miles more pace than Vidra. Everton on the ball in the edge of the box, now into Rashford with the shot and with the goal. Marcus Rashford makes it 1-1. I wasn't sure if he was offside. Like, he was goal side. Oh, I think it was Keogh or Lowe keeping him on at the top of the picture. Pretty much straight away, Marcus Rashford with his 9th goal of the season. Matai Vidra's actually scored more goals, so kind of shows how good Vidra is. Gone into the box though. Simon with the volley over the bar. Saved by Pickford apparently. He's gone into the box again. Ledley with the header. It's come off the underside of the crossbar. Simon there with the rebound to make it 2-1 and to get us back into the lead. A little bit unfortunate Ledley couldn't get that goal, but did eventually find the back of the net. I think, did we sell Ledley in the last episode? I'm pretty sure we sold him for like 2.2 mil in the last episode. So we've got quite a few players actually leaving the club pretty soon. But I think it's what we need to do. I think we have far too many players just doing nothing literally in the reserves at the moment. So either letting them go on a free while the contract running out, or people actually buying them is probably good for us. Chance here for Mandzukic to get him back into the game. It's been blocked by Lowe, but the rebound goes straight back to him and they make it 2-2. We have put Carson in for this game just because of the amount of errors that Blake makes. So I don't mind probably next season playing Blake in the FA Cup, but we definitely need a new Premier League goalkeeper. It's going to be our #1 target, maybe with a striker as well, because our strikers, Jerry's done alright since January, but I don't feel like he's got the dribbling and ball control ability to probably play every single game. Also got obviously Dom Solanke going back to Liverpool, so that'll be an area. Ball through for Rashford, and they make it 3-2. Literally, it's one of them formations where it's so narrow, it just makes everything so much more difficult. 10th goal for him this season, and we're going to have to get back into it again. Chance here for Lawrence to run through. He's gone past the defence with the shot, with the goal. 6-goal thriller in the first, what, 40 minutes of this game? May even be 37 minutes, so we've really, I don't know, just too many goals in this game. Like, need to maybe just stop conceding. But at least we're scoring against like one of the best teams in the league. That's one thing. Like, we really struggled to score against Chelsea quite recently, but we did beat Liverpool in fairness. So maybe it's just those teams from the Merseyside that we can beat. Everton in the box. It's gone to the edge to Schneidlin. He's dinked it out wide to Henriques, the German fullback. Gone across the box. Carson parries it straight to Everton, and I think that is Idrissa Gana Gueye with the goal to make it 4-3. 7 goals in the first half. Maybe even 8 by the time we get to the half-time mark, because it's going in literally every 2 minutes at the moment. Chance here for Everton to get a goal. It's gone into Rashford now to get his hat-trick. Could save from Carson, but Mario Mandzukic is there with the rebound. It's been a really tough second half. Everton have literally parked the bus. We stuck it on all-out attack, and well, they just counter-attacked and got that goal there to make it 5-3. Probably a fair result. They've been the better side, but maybe we can get a goal back here with Ciceretti's turned the man well with the shot. Pickford saves. There it is, full time against Everton. A 8-goal thriller in the end. 7 those in the first half, and just 1 in the second half. Pretty 50-50 in stats. Obviously Everton with the slight more possession. It's one of them really. I'm not that bothered about the result. We've guaranteed survival at this point. Now on to Leeds. International management offer here from Scotland. A team I'd be more inclined to do, because obviously the Euros are just around the corner. I think they have qualified as well, so it would. I don't think we'd need to qualify Scotland, so that would be quite good. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do an international management offer or not. We've got Northern Ireland as well, but I'd probably want to do Scotland more. I don't know if we may need to do a little bit of qualifying during this next bit. I wouldn't actually include that. All I'd include is the tournaments that we will be going into. There will be obviously Chris Martin. We can get involved with that, and maybe some other Scottish players we do sign. We are about to go into the last game of the season against Leeds United. If they win, they can stay up. Only if Palace don't win as well. I think if Palace get a point basically, then Leeds are down. But if Leeds win this game and Palace lose, then they can stay up. So it's a game they're going to want to win. They are at home as well. If we win our game, we'll literally stay exactly where we are because of goal difference with Arsenal. I would like to keep us 13th in the table. It's quite a decent finish for our first season. So let's go into the game against Leeds. I think we will be having to use our away kit. Probably use our black kit, I think. It is a rival. It's a bit of a shame now because Leicester will be the only team in the Premier League that are a rival, unless that Forest do get promoted, which is very unlikely. I'm going to be playing a bit of a strange team, so I'm going to be using players that are going to leave the club pretty soon, such as Huddleston and Bryson, players that have been at the club for a very long time, and Carson in goal. Here we are then at Ellen Road, obviously a stadium that isn't scanned on FIFA, but they've got a pretty decent one in fairness. I think they're just like Forest with the Forest Park Stadium. They do have pretty much identical stuff. So we've had to make a few changes. We've got Nugent up front, Huddleston, Bryson, Keogh, Carson playing their final games for the club. Ivan Lukepingu out wide, plenty of pace of course. Then at the Leeds team, a game they need to win. They've got Sabicki up front, Zanelli, Lever and Ciaz in the attacking areas, Vieira and Phillips, Holding, Dembold, Anita, Janssen, Boy and Wiedewald in goal. Kind of hope we win just to relegate Leeds, that'd be great. Chance here for Leeds, it's gone across to the edge of the box and it is in the back of the net. I think that's Ciaz with the goal. Definitely don't want Leeds to win, because I don't know who Crystal Palace have got, so they may lose their game. And, well, we want to get Leeds relegated, that's for sure. Half time against Leeds, then currently 1-0 to them. Just looking at the Crystal Palace score then, they are currently drawing with Manchester United, so whether they get points against Man United, it's probably more down to us whether we stay in the league or not, because, well, we've pretty much made it quite easy for Leeds to get the win, so I don't know who I want to get relegated more. Do I want to get Palace or Leeds relegated? Because obviously Leeds being a rival, it's nice to get those rival games. I'm going to make a half-time sub though. I think we will bring on Butterfield for Huddleston, just a bit more of an attacking option with his passing ability. Really good on the ball in fairness. It's obviously a shame that Huddleston's stamina at 26 now. I don't know how. I think he's going to Burnley. Why are Burnley getting him? I really don't get that. Chance here for Leeds on the edge of the box. There are a few men forwards, obviously. Depends on the result against Manchester United whether they are staying up or not. Yes, with this chance. Now into... Can't remember his name, and he has scored. I'm not 100% sure who that right winger is. I think it was... I can see his name, but I can't think of it. Zanelli, that's it. There we go. Made it 2-0. In a way, I want to keep Leeds up, but at the same time, I don't know, because Palace have got a few players that I wouldn't mind picking up, and I really did hate playing against Palace this season. At least Leeds, we won in the reverse fixture. Obviously, we've played a really weak team because it's a few players' last chance to play for the club, so I thought I'd just give them a nice send-off. Yeah, it's one of them really. It depends, obviously, because maybe Palace will win their game, or maybe they'll draw it, and it won't even matter, this result. Chance here for Jerry to get a goal. He's gone through on goal. Now to get the shot off, he has. Made it 2-1. We've got about 5-ish minutes left in this game. Would have preferred if we could pick up the ball, but maybe Leeds are going to start to crumble at this point. They are very, for saying they only need the win, they're 2-0 up. Why have they got so many men going forward? I really don't get that. That is his 6th goal this season. 7 in total, though, for the Nigerian. I think from January, that's perfectly fine, because that's basically 14, 15 goals a season. That's more than good enough. That's what Vidra's just about on as well. Good tackle there from Sesu and Cambo. If we can get the counter-attack going now, there aren't many Leeds defenders. Done well with Vidra. Now back to him. Can he get the goal to relegate Leeds? He's got the shot off. Wiedewald with the save, though. It was on his weak foot. Chance to get it back in the middle with the save from Wiedewald again. Really, really close to getting that goal that could have very easily relegated Leeds, because they have to get the win. It's as simple as that. And there it is, full time. Leeds United have got the win. Now, it depends on what the Crystal Palace score is, because if Palace have got anything from their game, then they are staying up. If not, if Man United have beaten Palace, which technically Man United don't need to win that game because they've already won the league, so it's going to be interesting to see what the score is. It's a draw. Palace and Man United have drawn 2-2, meaning Leeds have been relegated anyway, so I think that's how it works anyway. We'll have a look in a moment. So there we go, £93 million prize money for us for staying in the Premier League. Mid-table, I think 13th. We were pretty close to getting relegated, but it is Leeds United on goal difference. Such a shame, because they did really well in that last game, in fairness. I know we were playing a bit of a weaker team, but still, their goals they created, I don't think I would have prevented those with better players. But yeah, they've been relegated. They won more games, but lost a lot more, and Crystal Palace picked up the points. They picked up the point in the last game of the season against Man United, who really didn't need to get anything, in fairness. They had already won the league, so it wasn't a game they needed to compete in. But the top 4 in the Premier League is Manchester United, Chelsea, Everton, Manchester City, then Liverpool in 5th. Then we go down to Leicester, Bournemouth. Bournemouth are really good this season. They did kind of drop off, I think, towards the end. Bit of a shame from them, but still cracking season to finish 7th. Then Spurs, then Burnley, Stoke, Swansea, Arsenal, us in 13th. I think that's great. We're only 4 points off the relegation zone, though. That's the crazy thing. We were very close. If we didn't get that point against... who was it? The point against Newcastle, then we would have probably gone all the way down to 15th. So that 1 point has moved us up 2 places. So that's good to see. Southampton and Palace just above the relegation zone. And then going down is Leeds, Reading and West Brom. West Brom essentially just swapping us for the Championship teams that did come up. Would have been nice to keep Leeds in the Premier League as well for that, because it's kind of boring that the teams that go up go down. Like, it just shouldn't work like that. A lot of the time, it's current Premier League sides that do go down. But that is the title, not the title, that is the season wrapped up in Season 2. I think we've done really well. I'm going to do a quick scout report just to show you guys the growth over the season. What I'll be doing from now until the end of the year is doing all the training, just getting the most growth out of our players. So looking at the squad hub then, I think it's best to do it through stats. Or is it attributes? Attributes, there we go. So just doing it by lowest to highest. Sanzala is leaving the club on a free. Kellen Gordon did go on loan to Notts County. Grimsby, that is, sorry. Did grow by 1 rating. Probably won't be using him, though, when he does return. Callum Guy at 63 rated. That's almost usable because he has got very good physical stats. That's a player I can look at. Milo has grown by 7 ratings. I think we had to grow players by 10 ratings. And Milo, we essentially had on training all season long. We've got 21 plus in finishing for him and 14 shot power. David Nugent going down by 2 ratings. I think by the end he just really did drop off in stats. Minus 12 acceleration. That kind of does show how much he lost. Bryson going down by 1, Bennett going up by 2, Lukman going up by 1. We will have Lukman until January, of course. Then Butterfield stayed exactly the same. Palmer Brown up by 3 from January, which is not bad. Like, if you can keep up that's pretty decent. It will be looking at maybe 72, 73 by the start of next season. Chris Martin going down by a rating. I'm not 100% sure why though. He's only 30 as well. It's not like he's gone over that mark. But he has gone down in pace, of course, and ball control and dribbling, long shots, short passing, stuff like that. So probably a player I'm going to look on to move in the January, in the summer window, of course. Jared Ledley also going down by 1 rating. One of our highest earners as well. Quite a lot in physical. Then Matai Vidra only going up by 1, but he is our top goal scorer at the club. I'm amazed. I'm amazed a 72 rated player. It was the best. I was expecting a lot more from Solanke, a lot more from Ciceretti. But it was Matai Vidra in the end who did manage to deliver the goods. -1 by Keogh. He is leaving the club, of course, going to Reading on a free. Keith de Beld going to Burnley, I want to say, for about 2.5 million. Huddleston going to Burnley as well, I think, for a free transfer. 26 stamina. I've never seen a player with worse stamina ever. Rawson going up by 6 ratings. Definitely has pushed himself towards the first team with really good defending stats now, plus 10 and 13 in those, and pretty decent physicals as well, in fairness. Would like a little bit more strength from him, but that's something we can look at to do in the future. Scott Carlson going down by 1. He is leaving on a free. I don't think anyone's actually signing him, so in theory, if we do need a backup keeper, we can always bring him back. I'm very unlikely going to do that though. Sessio Cambo going up by 4 ratings, 23 years old still. What I'll probably do next season, as Emerson is coming in, is we won't need to sign any fullbacks. Emerson will go in at left back. Sessio Cambo will become our backup right back for Wisdom. Really good physicals on him, and decent-ish tackling stats as well. We had to use him through training for quite a while to get those to a reasonable rate. Wisdom going up to a 74. I hope to get him to a 75 pretty soon, just psychologically, just making him 75 rated makes, because he's a very good player, there's no doubt about it. Very good stats on him, of course. Thorne going up by 2 to a 75, still plenty of growth left in him. Same with Jamie Hansen, plenty of growth left in him, and did work himself quite nicely into the first team. Has got 85 standing tackling now. You really can tell when you're in a game. Like, you can literally just chuck your foot in anywhere and he will win the ball. Jordan Knight going up by 1. Really didn't have the best of seasons, but quite impactful off the bench. Max Lowe didn't have the most of games, but at 22 I don't want to be using them too much. Physical stats have actually gone up quite a bit, in fairness. He was under 70, now he's over 70, so that's good to see. Jerry has gone not really anywhere in stats, but he is 26 years old. He's pretty much in his prime. Very good physicals, there's no doubt about that. Blake went up by 1, probably going to turn into my backup keeper next season. Kerry went up by 3 before he did. The thing is with Kerry, could have potentially gotten to an 80 rated centre back, but when he picked up that cruciate ligament damage, kind of did end his season. He has got 81 sprint speed now as well, so that's really good to see. Lawrence going up by 2, really good ball control now, pretty decent. He's just lacking that slight bit of pace. If he had like 2 or 3 more pace, would be really solid. Moses Simon with 95 pace, absolutely fantastic to see. Really good physicals and technical stats at 82 finishing as well. Maybe a club will look to get him in the summer. We'll be looking for at least 20 million. I think that's the bare minimum for him. Lewis Dunk, really glad I signed him. Really glad, because his strength at the back just helped out an absolute ton. He's been absolutely fantastic this season. Dom Solanke going back to Liverpool, +5 for him. Hughes going up by 2. Plenty more growth left him in as well. +11 finishing, +11 long shots. I didn't even have him on training, so I don't know how those have gone up that much. That's kind of crazy. Did win Player of the Month twice as well this season. Ciceretti going up by 2, even though he didn't play that many games, still was quite useful to the season when Vidra didn't have the stamina, and that is about it. Just looking at our top 5 goal scorers then, to finish it off then, we have got, at number 1, Matai Vidra with 12 goals, 6 assists and 9 clean sheets. I don't get how Moses Simon, even though he played 1 more game, he's got 2 more clean sheets. I don't quite get how that worked, but he got 8 goals and 2 assists from the right mid position. Jerry getting 7 goals and 3 assists. 10 in 16 is pretty decent from January. I'm pretty happy with that. Solanke with 11 in 30 probably deserved, like, should have got a lot more. Like, Martin played essentially half that amount of games and got more contributions, so it kind of just show how good Chris Martin is. Ciceretti 8 in 28. Obviously most of those appearances coming off the bench. quite a few assists in fairness from Lawrence. I didn't realise he got that many. That is 13 contributions in 30 games. That's basically a contribution every 2 games. That's not bad. Thorne playing 35. That's good to see. He's not got that injury proneness to him this season. He didn't pick up an injury at any point, so that was really good to see. Lukman was quite good from January. He obviously picked up 3 goals. Will Hughes getting 9 contributions, 6 assists and 3 goals in 39 games. I think he was our top appearance but we did obviously spend quite a bit of money on him, and he's a very good player. Jordan I picking up 5 in 29 again. Came off the bench quite a bit, similar to who was it? Someone Ciceretti, who got 8. Jordan I've only got 5, and that's about it. I don't think there's anything else really to say. But yeah, we're definitely going to look to pick up a brand new goalkeeper, because our top clean sheeter, goalkeeper wise, was Scott Carson and Blake. Played exactly the same amount of games and got exactly the same record. So we need a new goalkeeper. It's as simple as that. So hopefully you guys did enjoy Season 2 of the Derby Career Mode. I think next season we're going to look to push towards Europa League positions. We weren't much off it. If you look at the table again, we were 12, well, about 20 points off. You take out a lot of those losses. Like next season we'll probably get it down to 10 losses. Very easy to get into those top 7 positions in my opinion. If we've signed the right players, we need a goalkeeper and a first team striker. So hopefully guys did enjoy this episode. We are going to wrap it up here. I've been talking for plenty of time now. I will be going through the training and potentially selling some players from now until the end of the season, but I'll inform you basically. Shaqiri getting the top goal scorer. Let me just have a look at that. Shaqiri, then Ericsson, Wilson with 15, not bad for them. I think he may have picked up an injury towards the end of the season. That's why Bournemouth did drop off. Vidra in 10th though, same amount of goals as Mario Mandzukic and Romelu Lukaku. More goals than Costa. You can look at it that way. He's had a cracking season, Vidra. That's why Ciceretti did struggle to get in. But Chris Martin came joint second in assists. And he didn't... Can you guys remember playing him after January? Maybe not. So it kind of does show how good Chris Martin... Lawrence did fill in with Solanke as well with 6 assists. Clean sheet wise, 17 for Schmeichel. Really good. Pickford with 12. Fabianski. Maybe a keeper we can look at actually, Fabianski, with 10 assists, 10 clean sheets, sorry, and probably none of our goalkeepers. Oh, we got both of them there. Carson and Blake. Carson with 3, Blake with 5. So maybe Blake, sorry, is slightly better just because those clean sheets did come in the Premier League and not the FA Cup. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode then. We are going to go into a bit of training just to finish it off. Obviously, I'll go from now until the end of the year doing training. So hopefully you guys did enjoy Season 2 of the Derby Career Mode Live. Leave your comments down below, as we will have plenty of money to spend in the next episode in Season 3. Leave a like if you did enjoy, and see you soon. Bye.